VoiceThread Basics 1. This is going to be a slow-paced workshop, and we're going to go through the steps and then give you time to try to complete the activities. All right, so before we get started, I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is George, and I am the Instructional Designer and Online Educator here at VoiceThread. All right, so in today's workshop, we're going to go over the basic steps to creating a VoiceThread. We're going to work on uploading, commenting, and getting the basic share link. So I just wanted to preface that by saying that when you have VoiceThread integrated in a learning management system like Blackboard, most of the sharing that you do would take place by adding those LTI links into the learning management system. And we're going to go over all of that in our Basics 4 workshop. We also are going to cover other ways to share with groups and securely one-on-one in other workshops. But for today's workshop, we're just going to go over the basic share link, which is a public link, just like if you were to grab a YouTube link or something like that for another platform. You can grab the link and share it via email, on a website, things like that. So that's the kind of sharing we're going to go over today. But we're going to start off with the upload and commenting processes. So I'm going to show you these steps a few times. So the first few times through, I would recommend just watching and seeing where I'm clicking and how the process works. Then you'll be able to start following along with the hands-on stuff. So before we dive into that, I just wanted to give you a real quick tour of the VoiceThread homepage. So I am logged into my homepage. That's what you see on your screen now. And I have it set to view the tutorials. So I always recommend going in and checking these tutorials out. They're actually in a few places. You can find them through the browse page, or you can do what I've done and filter your homepage view by clicking on that 3-bar icon in the upper left corner. So by default, you will see all of the VoiceThreads you have access to, whether you created them or someone else created them and shared them with you, like your students or colleagues. But you can also filter to just see the VoiceThreads that you own, or to just see the ones that were shared with you, or like I've done, filter to see the tutorials. All right. We also have a blue help tab here. So if you ever have questions and you want to see some written instructions, you can click on that blue help tab and go through our frequently asked questions, or put in a keyword to search for the answers there. On the left-hand side, there's a collapsible panel for groups, and we will go over creating groups and sharing in a future workshop. At the bottom, we have our training menu where you can see our free workshops page if you wanted to register for some of the upcoming workshops, and you can check out our digital library, which has some curated examples with a little more context and lesson plan ideas and things like that. And then there's the About tab, which has our blog and our research page, as well as the products page and our contact. So you can get all of that from the homepage. But now I would like to dive in and start creating a VoiceThread. So like I said, I'm going to show you this a few times, so you can just follow along and watch, and then you'll be able to complete the hands-on portion. All right, so creating a VoiceThread is a 2-step process. You just upload stuff and then you comment on it, right? That's the basic core. So to upload stuff, you need to go to the Create tab, and I'm going to click on Create, and then you'll see I need to add my media, right? I need to upload stuff. So I'm going to click on Add Media, and you'll see there are a number of different ways I can bring content into my VoiceThread. I'm going to show you how to do it from your computer, how to use the media sources as well. There is an audio-only slide, which has some very specific targeted use cases, so I wouldn't worry too much about the audio-only slide. Typically, people would upload some type of media, whether it's an image, a movie, a document, and then record an audio comment, which we'll go over. So this is just for an audio-only slide. This is a webcam photo, which is like the selfie option. Webcam video is great for introductions. If you're doing an introductory VoiceThread, it's a great way to just kick things off in a simple way. And then there's the URL option. If you wanted to add a YouTube video, you can copy and paste the link there, click Save, and it will be imported into your VoiceThread. Just note, if you get a message saying the media couldn't be processed, that probably means that YouTube link was copyrighted, so you wouldn't be able to bring it in. But I found most of the links I tried do work. All right, but like I said, we're going to practice going through our computer today, so that's what I'm going to show you. So I click on my computer and it brings me into my files. So I see a PowerPoint and a movie that I want to bring in. So I'm going to click on them to select them, open, and they're going to begin to upload. All right, now it's going to ask me to give this VoiceThread a title. So I'm going to call this Basics 1. I could enter a description. I could enter tags to make it more searchable. I could go into the playback options and mess around with them if I want to change some of the commenting options and some of the different features that we have. I can access that all through there. But for now, I'm just going to keep it simple and give it a title and click Save. All right, now you can see these are thumbnails of my slides. I have my 3 PowerPoint slides, and the 4th slide is a movie slide. So I'm going to show you how to comment on a movie file, a video file at the end. I have the ability to add more if I want to. I can always go back into my computer. I can add a YouTube link, whatever I need to do. And I can also rearrange the files if I want to put them in a different order. I can just drag and drop them where I want to. All right, so I'm going to show you this again. Let me go back to the home page. All right, now remember, I'm signed into my account. I go and I click on Create. Now the first step is to add my media, to upload stuff. So I click Add Media. Then I'm going to go into my computer. If you have your own files, you can use them as well. Just note, if you have a really long video, it may take a while to upload. The video I sent you is very compressed and very short, so it's a much quicker upload. All right, so I'm going to select these 2 files, bring them in. They'll start to upload and process. I can call this one Basics 1.1. Once again, I could enter in these fields if I need to. I could go into the playback options and experiment with some of these different options if I want to turn off some comments or have it auto advance, start playing when opened, things like that. I can do all of that right here. But for now, like I said, let's keep it simple. I just give it a title and click Save. All right, so one more time, I'm signed in. I click Create. I go to Add Media. I go to my computer. I find the files that I want to bring in, and I start to upload them, and it's time to give it a title and click Save. All right, so now it is your turn. You can try to upload your own files, and if you finish, you want to experiment reordering some of the slides, you can do that. Remember, just by clicking and dragging and dropping. If you have a long YouTube video, remember the longer the video, the longer it will take to upload and process. Okay, so I do see a question. Yeah, so I neglected to mention that at the beginning. I apologize. To use VoiceThread effectively, you need to make sure you're either in Chrome or Firefox. All right, so Safari and Internet Explorer are a little behind the curve technologically. They're not up to date with some of the features and some of what they can support, like Chrome and Firefox. So we always ask you to use Firefox or Chrome when you are creating your voice threads. PowerPoints can be uploaded directly as PowerPoint files. However, if you have any type of unusual formatting, if you go outside the margins or there's animations or transitions or anything like that, it could look a little odd when it gets uploaded. So we always recommend exporting as a PDF first and then uploading to VoiceThread. So if you have a PowerPoint or a document or something like that, export it as a PDF and then upload it, because it'll look the exact same way in VoiceThread as it does in your PDF. But with PowerPoint, sometimes the kind of the background technology can get in the way, and it could make some words overlap pictures in a way that does not appear in your original VoiceThread. I'm going to show you how to comment now. All right, so I'll show you from a few different spots. First, I'm going to show you from the screen that I'm on right now, where you can see the files that were just uploaded. All right, and to comment, I will just click comment, and it's going to open up. All right, so it's in our media player here, and you can see down at the bottom, there's the plus sign. So to comment, I just click on the plus sign, and I can choose my commenting method. I can leave a text comment. I can call in a comment with my telephone. I can use the audio, the webcam, or the file upload. All right, so I'm going to leave an audio comment. If I click on the microphone, you'll see that now I am recording. All right, the red light's blinking, the timer has started. You may see a 4, 3, 2, 1 countdown first, but you can always turn that off once you get used to the timing. While I am recording an audio or webcam comment, I also see this pencil. All right, so I can annotate on the screen just by clicking and dragging my cursor around. I can click on the pencil to change colors. All right, and I can draw freehand, and I can decide if I want the drawing to fade or not fade. So right now it's set to fade. You'll notice it's fading off the screen, but I can toggle that off to no fade, and all my drawing will stay on the screen. This is what we call the doodle tool. All right, so if you want to practice doodling, there is a tutorial for this in that tutorials page, but it's fairly straightforward. Once you start recording an audio or webcam comment, you can see the doodle tool and you can draw on the screen. All right, when you're done, you click stop recording. It'll process your comment and play it back for you. And if it sounds good, you can save it. You'll see that now I am recording. All right, the red light's blinking. The timer has started. You may see a 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so the audio quality sounds good. I click save, and you'll see my comment appear over here on the left-hand side in what we call the conversation channel. All right, now let me show you this again. I'll move over to slide 2. Once again, I click on the plus sign, choose my commenting method, and now I am recording. Once again, I can doodle on the screen. If I want to change colors, I can do that as well. All right, when I'm done recording, I click stop. It will process my comment and play it back. And now I am recording. Once again, I can doodle on the screen. If I want to change colors, I can do that as well. All right, when I'm done recording, I click. All right, now what if I wanted to record more? We have that feature. This is a new feature we have. So you can save if you like your comment. You can cancel if you want to re-record it. Or if there was something else you forgot to mention, you can click record more. All right, and I can toggle off, change my colors here, and continue to comment. And when I stop now, this part of the comment will be added to my original. And now I am recording. Once again, I can doodle on this. All right, so that comment sounds good. So I'm going to try one more, and then it will be your turn. This time, let me just show you a text comment, just in case you're ever having trouble with your microphone. You can always type a text comment, click on the ABC, leave your comment, all right, or you can leave one of the other types. I'm going to leave an audio comment once again. I can doodle when I leave an audio or a webcam comment. I click stop, it'll process it and play it back, and I can save it if it sounds good. Leave an audio comment. All right, so now it is your turn. So yes, you can add as many comments onto a slide as you need to. If you wanted to leave a text and an audio or a webcam or whatever it is, you can certainly do that. I frequently use text comments for very short answers. If I just want to say, okay, I got it, or good job, something like that. Or if I wanted to add a link. So if I have a link to an article or something, I may reference it in an audio response to someone else and then say, right after this, I'm going to leave a link to that article so you can check it out. And then I'll just copy and paste the URL into the text box and save that as a text comment. So you can certainly add all different types of comments onto your VoiceThread slides. The research that's been done on this actually shows that initially 70 some odd % of students felt anxiety about recording their voice the first time they did it, but that went away after a few weeks. And by the end of the semester, actually 80% of the students wish they could record more and use VoiceThread more in their courses. So they preferred it to text comments once they got used to the sound of their voice, which might just take 1 or 2 voice threads. So you can add recording slides, whatever you want, even after you share your VoiceThread in your learning management system. I may need to go back and edit a slide or change a recording or anything that you want to do, you can always do, even after students have started interacting with your VoiceThread. So this is one way that VoiceThread, in my opinion, surpasses some of those lecture capture tools, which are just like straight video, and it's a real pain to go in and try to edit them and get a new link and all of that stuff. You don't need to worry about that with VoiceThread. You can just go in to edit at any point. I can go in here to edit. I can add more content. I can delete content. I can remove a recording. I can replace a slide. I can do all of that stuff. Question about recording multiple comments. That's what I did on this slide, right? I recorded one comment, saved it, and then I went back and recorded another. So they play in the order in which they were left. All right, so you can see the comments. This will be a scrollable channel. Once there are enough comments to scroll, it'll be a scrollable channel. So the comments just play in order. If you use VoiceThread in a learning management system, most of the sharing you will do will come in the form of adding LTI links into your course in Blackboard, and we will cover that in detail in our 4th workshop. Today, we're just going to go over the basic link, and this is like the public link that you can get to post somewhere on social media, on a blog, on an email, and you can get this a few different ways. So the sharing menu, you're only like 1 or 2 clicks away from the sharing menu, regardless of where you are in VoiceThread. So I'll show you how to get there. Just keep in mind, everything I'm going to show you is all going to lead to the same place. We're just starting off in some different points. So from within the media player here, I can click on the menu and I see share. All right, so if I click on that, it will open up the sharing menu and it puts me on the secure sharing tab, which is where you're going to want to do most of your sharing with your students. But today we're going to go over the basic tab. So I'm going to click on basic and I can copy the link here. And I'll get that little green success message. And now I can paste that link wherever I want to. In an email, on a web page. You'll see that now excuse me. All right, now let me show you from here. All right, so from this page, once again, there's the share button. I click on that, it brings me to the same sharing menu. All right, now we're going to click on basic and copy that link. All right, now I'll show you one more way from the home page. Let's say you create a VoiceThread and you're not ready to share it yet, but you go in a few days later, and now when I hover over the thumbnail of that VoiceThread, I see that sharing arrow. I can click on it, and it will bring me to the same sharing menu we've just seen a few other ways to get to. So we're going to click on the basic tab and copy the link. We can tell just from looking at the link if it was copied correctly. So mine says voicethread.com/share, and then it has the unique identifier for that VoiceThread. So yours will look like that as well. However, if you have an institutional license, it may have the name of your institution first. So it may say collegeuniversity.voicethread.com/share and then your number, something like that. Okay, or ed.voicethread.com/share and the number. But that's how it will look. So once again, from here, I click on share, and then I have to click on the basic tab to copy the link. From within the VoiceThread itself, you can get in the upper left-hand corner, click on that menu, click share. Once again, go to the basic tab and copy it. Question from John, good question. How does secure sharing differ from basic sharing? So basic sharing is a public link, just like a YouTube link. So anybody with the link will be able to access your VoiceThread. All right, so typically when you're creating work with your students, because of FERPA guidelines and things like that, you want to make sure that the work is not publicly visible. So that's what the secure sharing tab is, but there is more to it than that. So we'll go into that in future workshops. But secure means that even if someone had the link, if you don't explicitly share it with them, they won't be able to access it. So secure sharing is how you can share with individuals, multiple individuals, or a single individual for tutoring or something like that, or you can share with groups, but only the people you explicitly share it with will have access to it. Just like a Google Doc, where you can share with specific people. You could get a public link to a public Google Doc if you want to, and VoiceThread works the same way. The basic link is like the public link, and the secure link is the private one that you can share with individuals, a group of individuals, or a collection that you specifically lay out. All right, so I'm going to go into edit my VoiceThread. And let's say I want to add more. All right, I have my 3 PowerPoint slides and my video slide, but maybe there's some other media that I want to add. So I can always go in here, click Add Media, and I can see all of my different ways that I can bring media in. So media sources is a underutilized resource for some people because they're not aware of what it is. So I wanted to make sure you were aware. So let's say I want to go in and explore the media sources. I click on that button and it brings up the different media sources I have. So I can import slides that I have from previously created voice threads. I can go in and look at the ones I own, and I can bring in specific slides and comments as well. I can also bring in videos from Khan Academy, and I'll import them directly into my VoiceThread. I don't need to download and then upload. I'll just bring them right in. Flickr's Creative Commons licensed image database, which is great because it filters out everything that might have copyright on it. So it's all Creative Commons or copyleft, as some people like to say. And there's some great images in there. Just keep in mind, these are user-generated pictures hosted on a third party. So for the large majority of them, you'll just see great amateur photography, but you could end up seeing something that may be a little more mature. You can connect your Google Drive and bring your Google Docs, your slides, all of that good stuff from Google into your VoiceThread. We have the New York Public Library's public domain database of images, which is great for history teachers. So for now, I'm going to go into the New York Public Library, and I see, let's go with American popular songs. Maybe I'm a music teacher, and I wanted to show my students a couple of pages of sheet music. So I'm going to select them, and then I'm going to import those selected files, and you can see they are successfully imported. All right, and there they are added to my VoiceThread. Maybe I want them to be closer to the beginning, so I can always rearrange the order. But let's say I want to go back in and add even more. So I click on Add Media, go back into the media sources, and let's go to Flickr this time. All right, now let's check out some options for music. I want to search for music. Maybe I'll bring in this one. All right. All right, so you can see those files were brought in as well. All right, and that's how that works. So you can experiment with that on your own, but remember, all you need to do is click on Add Media, and you can go to the media sources. There's a few ways to get there. Right? You can even create a VoiceThread with just the media sources. You don't need to add any of your own content if you don't want to. Keep in mind, if you're going to add any Khan Academy videos, like I mentioned before, the bigger the file, the longer it will take to upload. And some of the Khan Academy videos are a little on the long side, so it may take a little while to process and upload. So if you're anxious to upload it right now and get to work on it, it may take a few minutes. Keep that in mind. All right, so Christopher asked a good question. So in the media sources, we do have some different copyright. The New York Public Library is all public domain, so there's nothing to worry about there when it comes to copyright. And Flickr, these images are all pre-screened as Creative Commons licensed images. And the good news is when you bring in a Flickr or New York Public Library image, what you will see in the bottom right corner is a link that takes you directly to the source. That comes in automatically, so you don't even need to worry about citing the source because it is right there automatically for you. All right, so I can click on that link and it will bring me to the New York Public Library's digital collection, and I can see all of the information that I need, when it was issued, the different options, the ID, all of that stuff. That link is automatically brought in for you. All right, so the last thing that I wanted to show you is how to comment on video. All right, so let's get back into edit. All right, so as you can see, I have that one video that we have not discussed yet. That's that Hail Bop Comet video. This video is highly pixelated because it's really compressed. I wanted it to be a very small file so it's easier to work with. So keep in mind the quality of your video normally would be higher than this. on something you're sharing with your students, you wouldn't want something this pixelated, but it is very small and it's a quicker upload. All right, so when it comes to video recording, this is a new, or video commenting, I should say. We added a new feature where you can insert your comments right into the timeline of the video. All right, so let's say I want to record a comment. Maybe I'm an astronomy teacher and I'm teaching my students something about interstellar satellites flying around, right? So I wanted to click on the plus sign to record my comment. I'm going to choose my audio comment. All right, and now you see I can move the scrubber ball wherever I want to, and whatever I'm doing to the video will show up with my comment. All right, so if I annotate here, all right, I may want to scrub along this way. All right, when I'm done, I click stop. Once again, it will process my comment and play it back for me. I'll let this one play so you can see how it looks. All right, and now you see I can move the scrubber ball wherever I want to, and whatever I'm doing to the video will show up with my comment. All right, so if I annotate here, all right, I may want to scrub along this way. All right, all right, so that's how it works. Right now, what you'll notice is because I'm the creator of this voice thread, my comment appears first, because you would assume that someone who's creating the voice thread, who has something specific to say about the video, wants that to be played first. And we do have the raw video there, which you can also skip. If you don't want the students to have to watch the raw video, you can always click that skip during autoplay. All right, so they'll only see your annotated version of the video. All right, they can still access the original if they click on it, but it won't play automatically for them if you don't want them to. You can always leave it. If you want them to see the raw video, that's fine. But you'll also notice this little nib here. I do have this blue circle in the timeline, and that shows you where I commented. Right, and excuse me. So if I click on that, all right, you'll see my name comes up there. Now let me switch. I'm going to switch identities real quick, just so you can see what another comment looks like. All right, so let's say I come in here and now I want to comment, maybe I'm a student and I want to comment at this part. And I want to ask what this is all about and what does this mean? And when I get to the end here, I see this happening, Professor. I don't understand why this is going in this way. Whatever it is you have to say. You click stop, it'll process it and play it back. So let's say I come in here and now and click save. All right, now you see the other comment appears in the conversation channel. All right, and I have that blue nib next to that too. All right, so I can, let's say there's a third student. Let's go with Ben Franklin. All right, and I want to comment about this part of the video, and I say, hey, Professor, I don't understand this thing. Can you explain this to me? It wasn't in the chapter. It's going to process. There we go. All right, so now you can see I have a number of different comments here, and I have that blue nib on the bottom that shows you where these comments were recorded on the video. All right, so that is how the video commenting works. I know some instructors use videos more than others. All right, and you may just want to have a video play the whole way through, and that's fine. But if you're doing something maybe in the phys ed or art or something along those lines where you want to pick out a specific thing that's happening on the screen, just like John Madden does with the telestrator on football broadcasts, right? You may want to stop and say, okay, look at this. And that's when this comes in really handy. And you can experiment with that and try it out and see what you think. We do have tutorials about this in the tutorials page. So if I go back to my home page, you'll see it. I can filter and see tutorials, and you'll see the commenting on a video tutorial right here. All right, and that will take you through so you can review that as often as you like. So I think that's going to be it for today. So wherever you are in the day, I hope you have a great morning or afternoon or evening, and happy voice threading, everyone. Take care.